All right, well, let's get some medical news now. And there are calls this morning for school-aged girls to be taught about the risks of delaying pregnancy until later in life.
Yeah, for his thoughts, we're joined now by Today medical expert and obstetrician, Dr. Ric Gordon. Doc, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So experts at Westmead Fertility Centre in Sydney want fertility classes introduced at schools. What are your thoughts on that?
Fantastic idea.
Really?
Information is power. We need to educate our young boys and girls about what it takes to make a baby, but also these are life skills about how their reproduction is going to fit into their life in general, their careers and getting on in the future.
Do you think school's the right forum for this, though? Because
Absolutely.
the curriculum's so crowded as it is.
This is some of the most important information you need as a woman and as a man as well. So what's the good of teaching you 2 + 2 if you don't know how to apply that?
Why do they need to know that at high school when as soon as they leave high school, when they're generally speaking have babies more often than in high school? Why would you need to know that information at that point, at that age, when there are other things that you need to be knowing?
Because you need to get that information in at some stage, and the school is a captive audience, if you like. I am so unimpressed by the number of couples who don't understand their natural fertility. They don't understand, one, how to make a baby, and two, the fact that the eggs that you are trying to use today are as old as you are. The sperm, sure, only a couple of days or weeks old, but the eggs, they age, and therefore a woman's fertility will decline from the late 20s onwards.
And I know that you're in the business of helping people with fertility issues, but do we think that increasingly couples are relying on things like IVF and thinking that that's the backup?
Another huge myth. I left my child rearing because I knew it in my late 30s that IVF could fix the problem. IVF can't. It doesn't make younger eggs. Sure, it might increase your chances, but if you...
It's not a guarantee.
No, not at all. No, no. If you had to decide between children and career, we need to make it easier for women to have their children and still have a career.
That's a whole other issue.
Oh, a whole different issue. But if we could address that issue and we could elevate motherhood into what it really is, and that's...
Look at you, you're fired up about this.
No, women are put on the planet to have children. I mean, men are put on the planet to have sex. I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes. And therefore, we have to help women...
It's convenient, isn't it?
...have to help women to be able to fit this into their entire lifestyle.
Women are put on the planet to have children, if they choose.
Absolutely.
They also...
Once a month they are fertile.
They also make more contributions than that.
They do a lot more than that. We're making it difficult for them to have what they want because we're somehow playing down motherhood and we're not helping them to get back into the workforce, to find childcare, to look after... I mean, I'm sitting next to two powerful women, right? They will and have found it difficult to fit careers in around children.
And I had challenges having children. I had to rely on fertility and IVF as well because I left it into my 30s.
There's never a good time to have a baby. Never.
So what is the best age then for a woman? What does the science say to you?
The best age is today, when it suits you.
But at what age do your eggs start declining?
From the late 20s. Yeah. The graphs would say that eggs start to age, fertility rates start to drop from 30.
My argument is, who doesn't know that? I mean, and why put pressure on kids, on young girls at high school who yes, they can have sex and they can have children, but why do they need to know that? Why do they need to know that when there's so many other things to worry about?
It's one of the things they need to worry about. They need information. They just slot it away in the back. I'm trying to address the fact that mid-30-year-olds come in and say, nobody told me.
Yeah, okay.
And I think it's an important awareness. To believe, though. I would say I don't know a woman who's not conscious of her clock. Everyone, in every part of
your
society.
Age group, you are now constantly aware of it.
Everyone's pestering you, though, probably.
People have been pestering me since I was 21. I feel you watch movies, you watch TV shows. It's everywhere. You go to the GP, they remind you from an early age.
How do you feel about that?
I feel fine about it because that's the science. I'm well aware of it. But, you know,
no,
they
the
also...
pestering, I mean.
Oh, I understand that it comes from a good place. I understand that, and I respect that.
A complete drag.
What I worry about is people who are having trouble, I suppose, who are already trying, and you've got people putting pressure on them.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it.
This is a much broader discussion that we need to take up.
Huge. I mean, I could spend hours.
And before you go, Carl's trying to reassure us that he's okay to be here and that he's not infectious.
Yes.
Can you please...
Can you take him out the back and do a check?
Let us know if that's all right?
Take him out the back and put him out of his misery?
Us out of our misery.
I'm impressed, but I would be in bed.
Okay.
Right, I would be resting.
There you go.
Can you please take him out the back and put him out of his misery?
I did say that.
He just needs to be put down like old Yeller.
I think we should check about that medication that you're on.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get some medication.
I'm not sure
Great discussion. Thank you so much for coming.
Pleasure.
Really interesting about this medication.
Your eyes are going wider and wider.